What's up, drop services? Dylan Sigley here. I run multiple drop servicing businesses driving six figures and an education business called the Drop Servicing Blueprint where we teach drop services. And in this video, I reveal to you how I get clients effortlessly. Let's go. Have you ever felt like building a real online business that drives consistent results, freedom, and control? Online business can feel uncertain, confusing, and overwhelming, but what if you had the vision, mindset, and actions to get from A to B and building your online business step by step so you can live a life of freedom, consistency, and control? Before we get into the video, don't forget to like the video if you like it or dislike it if you don't, and press the big red juicy subscribe button and tap the notification bell so when I release more drop servicing tutorials, strategies, and tactics, you'll get notified. Now remember to break out your notebook and take notes in this video. Comment below the video with any questions at all that come up during the training and I'll personally reply. Now let's get into it. When you start a new business, the dream can turn dark pretty quickly. You imagine it's going to be absolutely beautiful and you'll follow your passion, but in reality it can be a bit of a war zone once you actually realize the one key in business. Can you guess what it is? Yep, that's right, it's getting clients. You can be the best at what you do, but if you don't have the right marketing and sales system in place, you're not going to generate any revenue. A company that doesn't generate any revenue fails pretty quickly. So you learn fast that getting clients is what matters most, but then it dawns upon you, how the hell do you get clients? Getting clients is hard, right? But does it have to be? No. But the thing is, most business owners make getting clients hard by going about the marketing and sales system the wrong way. Take me for example. When I started, I tried doing everything to get clients. I sent cold emails to companies in my home city. I connected with decision makers on LinkedIn. I threw away money on Facebook and Google ads. I had no idea what I was doing. And even though I started getting sales through sheer luck, I wasn't able to scale my business to those thick freedom income numbers I had set as my goal number to hit, because if your marketing and sales system isn't high converting and as optimized as possible, you can't scale it up. Meaning you can't go from spending $1,000 and getting $2,000 back to spending $10,000 and getting $20,000 back, because there are inherent flaws in your business that as you scale just get worse and worse. What really happens is you try and scale, but you end up spending $10,000 and only getting back $9,000 because your inherent flaws in the marketing and sales system get worse as you scale up. So I would try cold email and I would scale it up, but it wouldn't work well. Then I said cold email sucks, so I tried Google ads, got a few sales, but when I scaled up, it crashed and burned. Then I trashed the Google ad plan and thought, well, Facebook will be easy, so got a few sales there and did well, but then scaling was a nightmare. Don't get me wrong, guys, you can have good results with any one of the marketing channels. You can easily hit $10,000 to $50,000 per month, but if you really want to go big with your drop servicing business, you need to think like a real online business. You can't just build some little trick business selling a service, then hiring someone on Fiverr to do it for you. Service arbitrage is cool, but that's not a real drop servicing business. Here, we're building a proper agency, completely virtual, to give you the freedom, but also powerful in its ability to drive revenue and scale like a tsunami. So the titular question here is, how did I figure this out? How do I get clients so effortlessly now? Well, one day I had a realization, once you start something, once you build a certain system, you're going to get 80% of the results from the first 20% of building that system. It's the basic Pareto principle. Roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. So if you focus on just one marketing channel, such as cold email, you're going to get 80% of the desired effects of revenue at 20% of the scale. But as you try and scale up this marketing channel, your results go up at a diminishing rate. So for example, let's say you're spending $2,000 on the system and getting $8,000 back. If you tried scaling up, you might spend $3,000 and get $10,000 back. So you still saw an extra $2,000 from the extra $1,000 spent, but your returns diminished because instead of a 4 times return, you're getting a 3.3 times return, which is slightly worse, right? It's kind of like a bodybuilder going to the gym. When you first start working out, you build muscle very quickly. You'll build 80% of the muscle in the first few years, but then after that, you need to put in increasingly more effort to gain those little 1% cents, you get little tiny gains, it's diminishing returns. And the same is true when scaling a marketing channel. So you're probably wondering now, how do you fix this problem? What's the smarter thing to do? How can you scale while still getting the highest return on your investment possible? Well, number one, you need to scale a marketing channel until your returns diminish. So you might start Facebook advertising to your drop servicing business, and you want to scale it as much as possible, right? So you spend $100 and get $1,000 back. Then you spend $200 and get $2,000 back. Then you spend $300 and you get $3,000 back. So the return's not diminishing yet, right? You can keep scaling it up, but then suddenly you spend $400 and only get $3,500 back. So diminishing returns are starting to happen. So you need to scale back down to where you're at your highest ROI. Now, this is a bit of a simplification, but I want to simply illustrate the point to you guys that you should scale a given marketing channel until your returns begin diminishing, because you can really make or break your drop servicing business. So great. You have worked out the ideal place to keep your Facebook marketing channel going, right? And remember, this is a simplification. In reality, there is a lot you could do to improve and optimize your Facebook marketing, but let's assume you've already done all of that. Well, if you're experiencing diminishing returns, when you try to scale a given marketing channel, it's smarter to move on to a separate marketing channel, right? Because that way you're going to likely get a much better return on your investment, because 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. The results are usually going to be much better at a lower scale. So number two, you need to add on additional marketing channels once diminishing returns sets in and you've scaled as much as you can. Now that I've scaled Facebook ads as much as I can, I might then switch over to Google advertising, right? So that I can get the highest possible ROI. I'll go through the same cycle again, testing and optimizing and modeling from my competitors to figure out how to maximize my results on that marketing channel before I move on to the next one. This is called the leapfrogging model of marketing channel expansion, okay? But there's more to it, right? Because you're probably thinking, well, okay, so I need to choose a marketing channel, optimize and scale as much as I can, then move on to the next one. But what's the best order? Well, this brings on the next rule for getting clients effortlessly. Step number 3 is to make sure you have your marketing channels in order from highest return on investment to the lowest, so that you can go with easiest and fastest ways to get sales, and then the more difficult and expensive marketing channels in order to scale your business later on. So you start with the easy, go to the hard. And I'm going to give you this ideal order in a second. But first, closing clients requires multiple channels, right? Because the more touch points you have with a potential client, the more you're going to get and the higher your conversion rate will be. So instead of not following up at all, you'll follow up with leads who've expressed the interest in your offer religiously. Because if following up once increases your conversion rate by 50%, then following up twice increases it by 70%, 3 times 85%, you'll experience diminishing returns with each follow-up, but it's still worth it to do so, right? Because these small increases in conversion rates become more important as you scale up your marketing efforts, okay? And what I found to be the optimal number of times to follow up is 7. So let's get into what the ideal ecosystem of marketing and sales is for getting drop servicing clients effortlessly. Well, this is the ecosystem. You have marketing and sales as a whole, right? So in marketing, you have it split in both free and paid methods. We want to do the free methods first in order to get our first few sales for free in a new business, then reinvest that money into the paid methods, which will then allow us to scale up our business. This is the order you should build it in. Now take notes, because this is very important how much success you're going to have drop servicing, guys. So in order to take advantage of the Pareto principle and avoid diminishing returns, you'll start off with cold email, then appointment setters and social media outreach. Then once you're getting decent sales from these, you'll expand into the paid methods such as LinkedIn ads, Google ads, and Facebook ads. When it comes to the sales part of the equation, you need to have a 7-step follow-up system, following up with potential clients by leaving voicemails, following up with emails, connecting on social media, and retargeting. You see, The thing is, if you have this entire drop servicing, marketing, and sales system built out, not only will you maximize the results you get and scale much more easily, you'll also close clients at a much higher conversion rate than if you didn't have the sales system. The marketing ecosystem all works together to support one another and increase both the revenue you get from your sales and increase the number of clients that decide to move forward with you, becoming a flywheel that gathers momentum, allowing you to grow faster and easier to hit your drop servicing goal. So now that's how I get clients effortlessly in my drop servicing business, guys. Comment below with any questions you have and I'll answer personally. Share this video with your friends into business stuff and I'll see you in the next video. Talk soon.